Hey, how's it going everyone? Ram here with Feel Free to Edit YouTube channel. Welcome back to yet another video. In this video, let's talk about Premiere Pro and why do you need Premiere Pro as a content creator. Let's get started. What is Premiere Pro? Premiere Pro is a video editing software developed by Adobe Systems which is used by most of the YouTubers and also some of the intermediate and advanced video editors. If you learn Premiere Pro, you can easily edit on DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro and also Avid Media Composer, which are all a bit more advanced than Premiere Pro. So without further wasting time, let's jump into the computer and see what are all the features and elements available in Premiere Pro. Once you open Premiere Pro, you will be directed to this window where it shows your recent project files on the right side, and on the left side you will be shown your new project and open project options. Select new project and rename the project file as you like. I am going to rename it as tutorial and save the location on default location for Premiere Pro if you are a Windows user, but if you have a Mac, I highly recommend you to create a folder on the desktop and save the project files there for ease of access when you need the project files to open. After that, we will move on with the General tab where it shows your video rendering and playback option at the first place. To make your editing workflow more efficient and a million times better, select the graphics card option CUDA if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, but if you have an AMD Radeon graphics card, you can select the OpenCL option which is provided on the screenshot right now. As you can see, the OpenCL option is provided if you have an AMD Radeon card, so select that if you have an AMD Radeon card. After that, we will move on with the video display format and select it as timecode, audio display format as audio samples, capture format as HDV, and check this small box which is given right over here and click OK, and now you have created a project successfully. After creating a project in Premiere Pro, we can break the process of editing step by step. Step 1. Importing media and creating a timeline. Before moving on with step 1, let's move from learning workspace to editing workspace, because you need to have a separate space for your work to be done in any kind of video editor. So in learning workspace, you will be given stock footages by Adobe to learn the basics of Premiere Pro. So if you guys want to check it out, you can go ahead and click on get started, but for this tutorial I'll be clicking on editing, and also I'll be making a future tutorial based on workspaces, how to customize them in a separate video. If you guys don't find your workspace right over here, click on window and under workspaces you can see editing, so you can click on it to create your workspace right there. So let's move on with step 1. Importing media in Premiere Pro is very easy. You can double click on the import media to start, and then you can select your footages and click on open. If you want a keyboard shortcut, it's going to be Ctrl I or Command I, whether you use Windows or Mac, so you can import your videos easily. After that, we need to create a timeline. Just drag one of your videos and place it right over here, so your timeline is created successfully. So let's move on to step number 2. Before moving on with step 2, importing media files in Premiere Pro also includes music files, screenshots and also sound effects. Step 2. Cutting and combining the clips. Cutting and combining the clips is going to be the most important part of editing, because you are going to take out the unwanted clips, combine the other clips together and create a nice beautiful story. So in order to cut the clips in Premiere Pro, use the keyboard shortcut C to bring the razor tool, or you can just click right over here to bring the razor tool and take your playhead wherever you want to cut the video, place it right there and click on the playhead with the razor tool, and your video will be cut successfully. You can even scrub through other videos and cut them if you want, and if you want to move between the razor tool and selection tool, hit V on the keyboard to just jump in between them. So I want to delete this clip and this clip. To select multiple clips and remove them, you can just hold down shift and select the other video and hit delete. But wait, you can see some blank space in between these two videos. To remove the blank space between them, click on the blank space and hit delete, and there you are, your blank space has been deleted. There is one more keyboard shortcut for cutting the clips, which is going to be Ctrl K or Command K if you use Mac or Windows. So you can select this tool and delete, click on the blank space, hit delete. So there you are, you can cut the clips and combine them however you want. Let us move on with step 3, which is giving transition to the clips. Adding transition to your videos makes your video much more professional and also makes the viewers very curious. In order to add transition between clips in Premiere Pro, hit Shift 7 on the keyboard to open the effects panel right over here. But if you don't find your effects panel, you can go up to Window and hit on the effects which is given right over here, and there you are. After finding your effects tab, click on this video transitions and you can click on dissolve, and you can use a cross dissolve transition, which is going to be one of the common transition used in films and movies. So the transition looks something like this. Or if you want to give it much more professional look, you can use this dip to black transition to create more curiosity in between your audience. If you want to extend the time of the transition, you can see when I just move near the transition, it creates a small red icon, so you can extend the transition or decrease its timing. So if I just move it right over here, it just increases. You can click on this transition and hit Shift 5 on the keyboard to open the effects controls. If you don't find the effects control panel, click on Windows and click on effects control to open the effects control panel, and you can just change the duration by clicking here and changing the number of frames that you want. For example, I want it for 2 seconds. I'll make the last 2 digits 0 and then I'll just remove the 1 and hit 2 so that your transition moves for 2 seconds. So this is going to give a much more professional look. Let's move on to step 4. Step 4 is creating titles for your videos. Creating titles for your videos makes your video much more professional and cinematic, giving your production quality a bit more better look. Before moving on with step 4, that is creating titles, let me just make sure that I have linked Premiere Pro's trial version, the stock footage website, and also the font I am going to use in the description. So kindly check them out. So to create title in Premiere Pro, take your playhead wherever you want the title to start. Click on File, click on New, and then click on Legacy Title and hit OK. The window pops up for creating the title. So you can just change the window size to create the title. Since this is going to be a beginner level tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to change the color of the text and how to change the font of the text. The other things will be given as a future video as advanced title editing techniques. So for creating a title, just click on wherever you want in the screen and you can type in your title. I'm going to type it as cinematic title and hit Ctrl A on the keyboard to select all of the title, and then just click on this small little icon to open the font selection. I'm going to type in as Lado for the font, and it changes the font as Hairline. Hit Ctrl A and type in medium, and there you go, your font has been created successfully. To change the color of the title, you can hit Ctrl A on the keyboard and press this small box near the color, and you can change the color however you want by dragging these arrows, and you can change the intensity of the color by just dragging this small round icon provided here. I am going to make the text as white, so hit OK. And if you want to move the text inside this box, you can go with the selection tool and you can center this up by clicking here and here twice to lock the position at the center. And after that, you can just close this. Your title will be created right over here. You can drag your title and place it above the video file that you are having on the timeline. If you want to animate the text by giving it a fading in and fading out look, you can go to Effects or hit Shift 7 on the keyboard, go inside Video Transitions, and under Dissolve, take your Cross Dissolve transition and place it right over here and place it at the end to create that fade in and fade out effect. So it comes in and it gradually fades out, giving it a much more professional look. So here is how you create a title and add animation for the title. So let's move on to step 5, which is going to be keyframing. Step 5 is keyframing. Keyframing is giving duration for a particular effect or a particular animation to happen in between two clips or inside a clip. To create a keyframing effect in Premiere Pro, drag your playhead wherever you want the effect to happen, select the clip and hit Shift 5 on the keyboard to open the effects control panel. If you don't find the effects control panel right here, click on Window and click on Effects Control to open the effects control panel. After that, for your convenience, I am going to delete these transitions. So select the clip, and as you can see, there is a playhead inside effects control panel, so you don't need to mess up with going inside the timeline and again into the effects control panel. So drag your playhead near the starting. Since I want a zoom in effect to happen inside this title, I'm going to click on scale and a small toggle animation icon which is located right here. When I just click there, as you can see, there is a keyframe is created. So I would like to take the playhead somewhere around the end and type in as 150 so that you can see the change which happens inside the clip. So it's on 100. If I just play it, you can see it's gradually increasing in size and it's going to stay for the time that we want. For this, I'm going to drag the playhead just like this so that the duration has been changed. So this is how you create keyframes inside Premiere Pro. Let's move on to step 6, which is going to be adding background music to your videos. Adding background music to your videos enhances your video by spicing it up a little bit and also giving it a good vibration. To add music in Premiere Pro, it is same as you add videos onto your timeline. Just go to the project tab by hitting Shift 1 on the keyboard. If you don't find your project tab right here, go to window and under projects you can select your project whichever you want, and there you go, your project window has popped up. You can select your music, drag it onto the second audio track, go to the razor tool by hitting C, cut the unwanted portions of the music, go to the selection tool by hitting V, delete the rest of the music, and there you go, the music has been added on to your videos. One more bonus tip for you guys: if you want to match the beat of the music and the title, you can play around with the keyframing options present on position and scaling so that you will get a much more vibrant and attractive look. So now that we have added our background music to the video, so there's one more thing to be left before exporting the video, which is going to be color correction of each and every video. For example, let me take the second clip and then color correct this one. So if you want to color correct your videos, you can go up to color workspace, which is located right over here. But if you don't find your color workspace right here, go up to window, workspaces, and hit on color to open the color workspace. So on the right side you have the Lumetri color panel, which is going to be the basic or primary color corrector for Premiere Pro. So we are going to do a basic correction for our video. I've done a tutorial based on how to color correct your images in my Snapseed tutorial. The same thing applies in Premiere Pro. So if you guys want to do basic color correction, you can check it up in the description or you can check it in the card which is given above. So I'm going to go with the temperature and tint sliders in white balance. White balance is going to be creating perfect whites on your videos to not mess up with the color temperature of your skin tone and also with your background. So I'm going to drag the slider towards the blue side, which is under the left side. Also, if you want to reset your color panels in Premiere Pro, you can click on the reset button right over here. But if you want to reset your individual sliders, if you have messed up with them, double click on the slider to make it neutral as possible. So you can drag it on the left side or right side to create a warmer or cooler image. Tint has been given to create skin tones as perfect whites. So you can play with green and magenta sliders right over there. Exposure is going to be the overall brightness of the image. So I'm going to decrease it because it contains more highlights in the image. So under contrast, I'm going to increase the contrast to create blacks as perfect blacks and white as perfect whites. And under highlights, I'm going to increase the highlights, decrease the shadows, increase the whites and decrease the blacks to give a much more contrastic image. And under saturation, I'm going to make it as 110% to make the image pop up so that you can get a much more better looking image for your videos. If you want to see the before and after of your color correction, you can either click on this check mark to have individual color corrections of each panel given right over here. If you want to check the overall color correction, you can click on the FX button off to off the color correction and click on it to on the color correction. So you can toggle it on or off to check the color corrections that you have applied to your image. Let's move on to the last step, which is going to be exporting your videos. So now we have color graded both of the videos. It's time for us to export the videos or give the final output. To export videos in Premiere Pro, head over to File and click on Export, click on Media, and there you go, your export settings will pop up right here. But if you guys want to go with the keyboard shortcut, hit Ctrl M or Command M whether you are using Windows or Mac, and your export settings will pop up right here. So under format, you can go ahead and click on H.264 to create a MP4 output of your video. And under preset, you can go with high source bitrate. So this will enable Premiere Pro automatically detect which settings will give your videos the best quality ever. So you don't need to worry about other stuffs. So under output name, if you click on it, you can directly go into the location where you want to save the video. For example, I'm going to save it on my desktop, and you can even rename your video right over here by clicking on it and typing the name which you want and hit save. Your video will be saved on the particular location and also can be renamed inside Premiere Pro. So after that, you can go under video tab, and if you scrub through all of these things, you can see this bitrate settings right over here. It has been given VBR1 pass, which is nice for YouTube and also for your personal use. If you are exporting a HD video which is going to be 1920 by 1080, you can click on the 10 and you can type in 15. So this will give you much more better output for your videos. So this is all for exporting video settings, and finally you are going to click on the use maximum render quality, and also you are going to check this use previews. I'll be doing a tutorial in the future based on how to have the best export settings in Premiere Pro. So if you guys want to have a tutorial like that, let me know in the comment section below. So after doing all of these changes, click on export and your video will be exported right in your location that you want. So the video has been exported. Let me show you on my desktop. So there is the tutorial video which is located right here. I'll be playing the video right now. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. If you like this content, please make sure to like and also subscribe for the channel. Hit the notification bell icon to be notified when new videos are uploaded. I'll be meeting you guys in my next video.